In the sweet summer of 2007, a certain piece of media would take the world by storm. Receiving over 17 million viewers during its premiere, it became the most watched basic cable telecast of all time. At least until The Walking Dead Season 5, but we don't talk about that. So what kind of pièce de résistance of the cinematic medium could be so masterly crafted to earn such a prestigious record? What kind of artifact could possibly juxtapose the poignant melancholy of high school summer drama with the striking ebullience of a soundtrack that would captivate the globe for decades? I don't know why I'm dragging this out for so long. You clicked on the High School Musical 2 video, you know the answer. If you were a kid in 2007 with access to a television, chances are this movie was a big part of your childhood. We all tried to learn the Work It Out dance, we all threw our hands up in the air after the 3 fake out kisses, and we all cried when she gave him back the necklace. So now that HSM2 is almost old enough to vote, I think it's due for a little bit of a checkup. And to ensure the nostalgia goggles stay off my face, I've brought along a friend to help me out. That's your cue.
Hi, I'm Snugboy. This is the only High School Musical I had on DVD growing up, so is what I would say if I was a loser. This is the best sequel, the best middle bit of a sandwich in a trilogy, the best movie musical of all time. Tell him, Xanders, cut.
T as in Troy?
No, Gabriella. T as in the second Snugboy collab on the channel! Now, what better place to start with than the very first thing you notice upon pressing play? The aesthetic. This film is vibrant. And when I say that, I mean it has one of the color schemes of those OG Lego sets. The grass looks like it was drawn with a Crayola marker, everyone has the most obnoxious spray tan, and Zac Efron's eyes have never been more blue. It's Barbie Land art direction before it was cool.
But the movie does have the mid-2000s tradition of having the most mid-2000s outfits of all time. Go figure.
Yeah, it's a bit rough. Chad still has these stupid shirts. Kelsey gets done so dirty. And dude, who forced poor Zac Efron to wear those shorts? They're genuinely a jump scare every time.
Yeah, and check out this lemon lime color combo Sharpay's dad wears. I guess money doesn't always buy trip. And then Gabriella's breakup dress. Oh! That's so stupid. All right.
I can work with that.
If you're happy, man.
To be honest, I do kind of dig Gabriella's breakup dress.
What? Dude, that is the ugliest dress I've ever seen in my entire life.
I mean, dude, it's iconic though. I think I've been classically conditioned like a Pavlov dog, so whenever I see it, I'm ready for a banger.
I can't believe what I'm hearing. Nope, that's it. I quit.
Damn. Guess he had to go his own way. When it comes to the production design, you can really tell they were given a couple extra of those Disney dollars, because damn, are there like a billion more locations. The pool, golf course, baseball field, kitchen, piano room, dining room, Sharpay's cultural appropriation dungeon, basketball gym, even though the actual University of Albuquerque closed down in like 1986, so what the hell even is this place? The production designers excel in convincing you that this really is some opulent desert resort with the sheer volume of eclectic locations. It's a really big step up from the first film where you had an entire music number essentially shot in one hallway.
And Kenny Ortega pops off!
Dude, what are you doing back here? What are you wearing?
It's actually really cold in Australia. I just wanted to be cool like you, man. But
Oh, fair enough, I guess. Do you want to talk about Kenny?
I think the undersung thing about the High School Musical trilogy is that the director and choreographer Kenny Ortega really understands that the heightened visual language of a musical requires interesting imagery to accompany the music. So the best numbers in this movie aren't just great to listen to, but they're also genuinely visually interesting. So in songs like Fabulous, the visuals are just as important in selling the idea of Sharpay's perfect, fabulous, glamorous world. With the pink piano in the pool and the brightly colored beach balls and the there's this one bit where this waiter looks in the drink and it cuts to a shot of Sharpay and her cronies and they're all in the pool, but then it's actually like he's looking in the drink and they're like in the drink, and it's so good. People always love to complain that musicals are untranslatable to film, but I think we've just seen a lot from directors who don't know what makes a musical click on stage in the first place. And Kenny Ortega perfectly captures the sincerity, cheese, camp, and visual language that makes a musical work.
Not to mention that the songs themselves are straight bangers. With the other two movies, I find it pretty easy to pick a favorite, but with this one, it's practically a 5-way tie. What Time Is It is such an energetically fun opener that is so good it has a reprise literally 3 minutes later. It's like this wake-up call that sucks you right back into this universe of untamed joy. Also, fun fact, in my junior year of high school, I had this song blasting in my headphones right as the final bell rang. Like, I timed it right and everything. No one joined me for a basketball dance-off, though.
I would have joined.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, no problem, man.
Then you've got Work This Out, a total treat with some clear get-you-head-in-the-game influence via its fun use of kitchen sounds. It truly does feel like a communal struggle, as it's one of the only songs where everyone gets to sing. Even Jason, bro. Put some respect to my boy's name. And if that wasn't enough, it pulls out a final chorus key change like it's living on a prayer. They did not have to go that hard.
And then I Don't Dance is so good! The song is about this rivalry between Chad and Ryan, with Chad trying to convince Ryan to dance for the upcoming talent show. So on the narrative level, there's already this bit of tension between the two. But the way it's cut and shot and the choreography of the spaceball game with little sprinkles of heightened movement, which only then builds and escalates and builds until there's like this sunset dance jazz number, and it's so amazing. Hello?
Then you have Gotta Go My Own Way, and oh my gosh, dude, I cannot tell you how many times I've been having a slow workout at the gym, and this song comes up on shuffle, and as soon as I hear that guitar, it's a total game changer. The song is so darn melodramatic, but they fully commit to it, and it's hilarious.
There's a song called I Gotta Go My Own Way, and you know, it's like a tearjerker. You really watch that song and it like just, you know, makes you want to cry.
Truer words have never been spoken.
This of course leads to Bet On It, which is another contender for the best in this movie and maybe the entire trilogy. There's something so genuinely cathartic about this grown-ass man running through an empty golf course with the most angsty choreography ever put to film. And we found out recently that he made it up on the day.
We just had no ideas for what to do on the day. Like the director,
I know, I read that.
Yeah, he just was like, dude, we have no concept for the song. Like, what do you want to do? I was like, I don't know, we're on a golf course.
And this all culminates in the bridge with this beautifully janky shot of a green screen Zac Efron looking at his own reflection in the water. Too bad we don't know anything about green screen, because we only shoot on location.
Not every song reaches those heights though. Fabulous is definitely a jam, but the production does Ashley Tisdale pretty dirty. You Are the Music and Me is supposed to be the main theme of this movie, but the actual content of the lyrics don't have much to do with the plot, so it ends up being rather bland. I'm pretty confident that if it didn't play 3 times, then I wouldn't remember it at all.
Hey dude.
Yeah, what's up?
It says in the script that you want me to talk about Every Day and All for One.
Yeah, so what?
I've literally never heard of those songs in my entire life.
What do you mean? They're like the last 2 songs of the movie, like the sequels to Breaking Free and We're All in This Together.
Oh.
Yeah, they ain't great.
Okay. So I may have forgotten that these were even in the movie, or were real songs, but that sort of speaks to how generic they are. They really give the impression of a desperate attempt to recapture the magic of the first film's finale. But you're not him! You'll never be him! Do you think you can just walk out and make Michelangelo's David? No! Michelangelo already exists and he is a Ninja Turtle! And then there's also Humu Humu, which was cut from the original and only available on the extended DVD edition, which I owned, not to brag. It's, not good. And more important, probably not really appropriate. And really just feels like a slam break on the pace just to shoe in another Sharpay solo. Like, oh, boring, yawn, I am so bored, I'm falling asleep, I'm so uncomfortable. Like, Troy, look at him, he's literally me. With the exception of the Snyder Cut edition, most of the underwhelming tracks in this film would probably be some of the better ones if they were placed in the original.
So while High School Musical 2 for the most part improves in the music department, can the same be said for the rest of the package? That question is admittedly a bit harder to answer. Let's start out with the good because this cast is still incredible. You can tell everyone here was really good friends. Whether it was on set or in sex shops, you get the impression that they all really enjoyed each other's presence. And that results in some pretty great chemistry between the characters. Chad and Ryan are obviously the best couple in the film, but Troy and Gabriella make for some pretty charming leads as well. Whether it's the pool date singing with Kelsey or the golf course picnic dude, oh my gosh, they are too cute for words, it's so unfair.
You know they're gonna break up before they get to college though, right?
Dude, can you not?
There's an argument to be made that Sharpay isn't even that big of a villain in the first movie. She's the head of the drama club and works really hard every year for the lead role. And then these two newcomers come in, sort of use their popularity to sway the audition, and then they win. Like, if you think about it, she's not that evil. But in High School Musical 2, she is out for vengeance. They twist her evil nature up to 11, and by putting her in an environment owned by her rich family, she can do and get away with anything. So watching her deliciously twist and manipulate everyone around her, including her brother Ryan, is so interesting. And it all comes narratively crashing down on her when Ryan pushes back from his crony position and she loses it all.
I'm not doing the show.
What? Oh, put some fresh batteries in your Tiki Warrior costume and let's get going.
Took your advice, sold it online. You've always wanted the spotlight. Now you've got it. Break a leg.
Genuinely, she's such an interesting villain because I feel like everyone knew a girl who was a little bit like her, and I seriously think that Ashley Tisdale is J.K. Simmons' level of perfect casting.
There are also a few newcomers as well, and thankfully their presence merely accompanies the main six rather than take their spotlight away. Sharpay's parents are exactly what you'd expect. Her dad literally shows up in a helicopter after having probably just laid off like 500 employees and then proceeds to beat everyone on his own golf course. They really nailed characterizing the Evans family as just so thoroughly superficial and privileged. But it's done in a way that makes for loads of laughs.
Drill it. Backboard. Yes!
That's my boy.
Then Mr. Fulton is maybe the funniest character in this entire trilogy. He's perpetually terrified of this 17-year-old girl firing him, so he takes it out on Troy and his friends. But ever so often, the mask slips and it's adorable. I love how he splashes water on his face here and his tiny little toy fan especially. Then by Act 3, he's officially had enough and snaps with the most cathartic monologue in all of cinema.
This is a business. Welcome to the world of adults who wish to keep their jobs because they have mortgages they wish to pay, tuition bills, car payments, etc., etc., etc. So sometimes we have to perform tasks, however unpleasant, that are necessary for that all too important paycheck to land in our all too empty pockets.
And the script too is a bit of a step up. It feels like the writers and the actors know the characters more and play into them without becoming caricatures of themselves. Like, I love in What Time Is It? How you get a recap of sorts of all these characters without it feeling boring or lazy. Like how Troy and Gabriella are in love and are leading each other outside the building, while Chad is the cool hype man who gets this great dance number. And then Sharpay and Ryan are the popular ones, so they're being chased down by students like they're paparazzi or something. And then you get banger lines and performances all throughout the movie that are just genuinely great.
$500 a week plus tips.
What? Per week? Oh my, that's off the hook. I think it sounds very manageable.
But nothing, and I mean nothing, beats this line by Gabriella in her argument with Sharpay.
I'm done here. But you better step away from the mirror long enough to check the damage that will always be right behind you.
Bro, she was cooking.
Yeah, I want that on my tombstone.
But now I'm afraid it's time for some bad news because the entire plot of this movie is kinda stupid. So it's summertime and they're looking for jobs, and Sharpay, like the villain she is, gets all of them employment at her parents' country club. And if that wasn't dastardly enough, she makes connections for Troy to get a basketball scholarship at U of A, who reiterates multiple times just how concerned he is about affording a higher education.
College costs a fortune. My parents are saving pennies, unlike the people at this place.
You're a cinch for a scholarship.
I'm only as good as whatever happens next season.
So how do you think Troy's friends react to seeing him chase his dream and try to overcome the joke that is the American education system?
So wake up, sister. She's basically offering him a college education just to sing with her in the talent show.
Troy would never do that. You're right. There's a guy out there that looks just like Troy Bolton, but I have no idea who he really is.
I get it's a movie about high schoolers for a younger audience, but Troy's friends need to chill. He's at the resort to work. It's a job, not to hang out with his friends. And he gets these amazing opportunities for his future, like a scholarship and an introduction to a basketball team. And then his friends are all like, wow, man, you suck. We used to know the real you. Like, he's not even neglecting them that much. The only dog thing he does is immediately send back a sandwich which Chad made for him, which is like, yeah, that's a bit rude. I'm like, come on. Taylor is always in Gabriella's ear, being like, he's been late to your date twice. You should break up with him. Like, what? What are you talking about? Are you stupid? What?
To be fair, yes, he should have introduced Chad to the U of A guy, and Sharpay obviously has ulterior motives, but dog, a scholarship is a scholarship. It's the summer of 2007. The Great Recession is right around the corner. Then the poor guy goes through this existential crisis in his toddler basketball themed bedroom that forces his dad, the most delusional character of the first movie, to actually sound reasonable.
Yeah, well, a lot of things are special, Dad.
But you're a playmaker, not a singer, right?
Did you ever think maybe I could be both?
You know what? I've known this kid for a long, long time. And I got a lot of faith in him. He looks a lot like you. I'm absolutely sure he's gonna figure out the right thing to do.
Thankfully, the ending makes up for everything.
Oh yeah, Miley Cyrus was like a backup dancer for like 3 seconds. That was pretty cool.
Oh, I was thinking more because they like finally kiss after 2 movies.
I mean, yeah, that was neat, I guess.
Just neat? They've got the fireworks and the lights and everyone's dancing, and then they make out in the sprinklers, and then Zac Efron smiles until he smolders in the last shot. It's peak cinema. Literally couldn't be better if they tried.
I mean, like, yeah, I can get behind all of that, but they're no Chad and Ryan. In conclusion, High School Musical 2 ain't perfect.
I think it is, actually.
But it's a damn good time, and also like the best movie Zac Efron would be in for 16 years. Here's hoping the guy actually shows up for the 20th anniversary.
And when you look at the trilogy as a whole, I think it's clearer than day that this is the best movie of the 3. It's got the best songs and the best writing, and the numbers are so interesting both in concept and execution, and it's just the best. Tears in Troy? No. Tears into best movie to ever.
Thanks a million to Snug for collabing on this one. I could not have done it without him. If you want to see more from us, make sure you check out the video we did for his channel all about the first movie. You can find that in the description or in the end cards in about 10 seconds. And if you want to know about upcoming videos from us, then our Twitter pages are both down there as well. That's all I have for now, so here's another big thank you your way, and I hope you have a fantastic day.